Animal shelters and rescues all across the country give homeless and surrendered animals a second chance. Now, many spots in our area are in critical need to continue to help our local furry friends. Cincy Lifestyle reporter Mikhayla Hughes-Shaw visited our friends at Save the Animal Foundation to learn how the community can support their efforts.
Hi, my name is Scott Woodham, and I'm a volunteer and board member here at Save the Animals Foundation. Save the Animals Foundation is a nonprofit no-kill shelter in Cincinnati. We take in dogs and cats that are in need of rehabilitation. A lot of the times they come from bad situations. We just pulled a bunch of cats out of a hoarding situation here in Ohio, and we attempt to give them medical care, and our goal is to find them a loving home. We are volunteer, fully volunteer. We rely 100% on donations. We are not funded by the state. Fundraisers is the main thing, and just the generosity of our donors. So this is Miracle. She was pulled out from under a guard shack in Kentucky of a factory, some abandoned place, just living. She's nibbling on my hand. She was there with a couple other dogs. She came to us in very, very bad condition, very little hair, obviously underweight, had not been eaten or cared for. So we are attempting to get her back to health. She's looking pretty good, and hoping there's a family out there that's perfect for her. 90–95% come from either strays or owner surrenders or things like that, and almost in every case, they immediately go to the vet, and most of them haven't had shots, haven't had tests, so that's something that we pay for. We will do whatever is necessary to have them in good health. The volunteers again, it can be a multitude of different roles. Everything that you'd think, just caring, feeding, cleaning after the animals. We also have volunteers that run all of our committees. So our adoptions committee is all volunteer run. Our board of directors is 100% volunteer. Fundraising, all that's volunteer.
I love animals. We don't have any dogs at home. At this point in my life, I had some free time and I wanted to get some dog love and help out staff. I've known about staff for many, many years. I've got a friend who's volunteered here for over 30 years. It's a little different than what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be scrub this, clean this, do that. And the one thing that's really nice about volunteering here is that we get to love with the dogs, we get to play with the dogs, we get to take walks with the dogs. We make sure they have bonding time together. And then when they get adopted, I mean, it's very touching, I get choked up. I'm like, oh gosh, someone took him or her, and it makes you feel so good.
The website is the first step, www.staf.org, and there's information on there about volunteering, adopting, and donating, which are the three things that we can't live without. Especially right now, we are in desperate need of volunteers, and you don't even have to necessarily interact with the animals if you don't want to. We need people, like I said, for all kinds of different things to make this building run. There's 1,000 different things that you can do to volunteer. Always good to come out and get some playtime with the dogs, especially after cleaning up or doing dishes, the things that aren't as fun. We have an open house, June 11th from 2 to 5. So normally, because we are a private shelter, you're not open to the public. So you can't just come in and look at the dogs. Everything has to be done by appointment. During our open house, anyone's welcome to come in the shelter. You can walk through, see all the cats and dogs. We also do some fundraising there as well. We have some raffle baskets and swag for purchase and things like that. If you're considering adoption or volunteering, definitely go to the website and think about it, submit an application to adopt a dog, come in for a volunteer orientation. We take as much or as little time as you want, so I will say it's very rewarding, and I think most people that do it really, really love the experience. We have a lot of volunteers that have been here for 10, 15, 20 years.
What a cutie. Found under a guard shack. What a horrible story. Mikhayla joins us now to talk more about this. I thought it was interesting. He was talking about, even if somebody wants to volunteer their time, they don't necessarily have to interact directly with the animals. They need help to run that facility.
Exactly. Yeah. So even Scott, the executive director, is a volunteer. So they need help with marketing. They need help on committees to plan various fundraisers, because another thing, they rely solely on donations and grants. They actually do not receive any money from the city or the state. So they need volunteerism in so many different ways. So if you have other talents that you can gift to them, they would totally appreciate that. Even things like data entry, probably keeping track
any
of
little thing.
Yes.
How can people, if they want to connect with this group, how can they do that?
Yes, all that you have to do is go to staf.org, staff.org. All of the information for adopting and donating and volunteering is there. So it's kind of like a good one-stop shop. And they have an open house coming up on June 11th. So that will be a wonderful opportunity for people to come in.
Take a look.
Yeah, take a look and learn about the opportunities too.
I like the positivity too of I noticed, like, on the wall they had all those pictures up. Those weren't animals that are currently up for adoption.
Those are animals that have found their forever home. So it's always encouraging to see that. And I think we have heard so many stories, even here on the show, across the country. Shelters are
overrun,
filling
right?
Back up.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So now is a really important time if you are considering adopting, or even if you can't adopt, but maybe you have some extra funds to give, you have some extra time to give, even if it's just maybe an hour a week. It doesn't have to be anything more than that. All of the shelters in our area could really use just some love right now.
Such a good reminder about that.
Absolutely. We just want to see all the dogs in homes, all the cats too.
Yeah,
all the cute little furry friends. We can't take any more home though. We all have our own.
Yeah, we're kind of full up.
Pappy is enough.
He's enough
himself, and so is Rico. Rico is a one dog home man. He doesn't like other. Anyway.
Well, good stuff, Mikhayla. And again,
so much.
staff.org.
Yes,
STAF.
that's all that you have to do, and you can check it out there.
All right, thanks so much.
Do it. Yeah, such an important thing.